Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, 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 hello. Life is bonita. This is the song that keeps replaying in my head. Now, the thing is, there's a very welcome destructive force that's appearing in your life within the next 72 hours of seeing this. The way this message not only blindsided me, but it definitely hit me left field. And if you think about something coming in from the left, that's actually the feminine. So it's something that's been brewing in the ethers for long, and now it's about to collapse into part of your tangible experience. I have so much to say, but it's also super exciting because I don't know how this is going to, I'm seeing, assist in your elevation or transcendence into this next level. But in the next 72 hours, there's some type of breakthrough. You might want to watch the Vesta reading that we did, which is some kind of quiet devotion is now becoming very publicly expressed or known, or I'm seeing like publicly recognized in some way. It's kind of like a 6 of Wands energy, but the vibe I was getting was 8 of Wands, something landing at your doorstep, something landing at your inbox, some type of opportunity. 8 of Wands is some type of communication. It's something that comes in very, very rapidly, and it propels you towards your dreams, ambitions, and goals at a very highly energetic rate. It's kind of giving viral, okay, superstar is the one that's coming through. But the star in, for example, the Cosmos Oracle message is all to do with someone that's seen as like really, really lucky, all right? Someone that's seen as really, really lucky. They have leadership qualities. There's an element of brilliance around them. Now, I don't typically do messages like this. When they do come through the field, it's super exciting. And again, the message that I keep getting is through the song of life is bonita, right? She says, last night I dreamt of St. Pedro. And there's something like this, right? And she talks about all of nature is wild and free. And if we think about an 8 of Wands energy, it so is a wild and free vibe where this person is just letting their hair down and the wind is blowing. And it's got that Sagittarius element. I'm pretty sure it's a Mercury in Sagittarius card, which is the merging between two worlds. It's something that feels otherworldly, or it feels adventurous, or it feels very, very magical. And that's the vibe that's coming through. So I want to go ahead and read on this energy and see what's coming through the field. I'm even opening this up as I typically wouldn't. I haven't even, there we go. We just got a power cut. Whatever this is, hold on. This is what I mean. We just got a freaking power cut. Bro, hold on. The show must go on. It's giving that energy, and right before this, something cut off and then it reboot. Yeah, whatever this is, it's a huge reboot. That's why it's like a testing, 1, 2, 3. You're going to test drive this experience. Hold on. Life is bonita. The show must go on. Again, it's like some type of reset. We just literally got a power cut because things heat up too much. And oh, the energy that came through is like a meteor. It reminded me of that viral video where there was that blue essence of she just got the right kind of clip, and it was some type of warning or some type of alarm before it happened. All right, so let's see. And it could be coming through a dream, it could be coming through something. Yeah, whatever this is, it's giving. Let me type in power cut in my keywords for my notes and see what comes up. Power cut. The universe stops you in your tracks to pay attention to where you're heading. And I spoke about a Cinderella story, and that's so funny because I didn't even mention it, but before this, it was giving huge upgrade energy of the Cinderella, where she doesn't know how, she doesn't know when, but every area of her life ends up being upgraded, so much so that she transcends the reality that she once knew. So it feels like you're getting acquainted or adjusting to, I'm seeing someone find their footing in an experience that was encoded for them to experience. Does that make sense? I also said lifts going up and down, so be present of what floor to get off, but there's some kind of smooth check-in. All right. Also, power cut, I spoke about even in the darkness, there's still light and connection. Ascended masters assisting you with staying focused on your divine life purpose. And I spoke about Leo being the heart transduction point to ascend into higher octaves. So it feels like something that it's inseparable from what brings your soul an innate sense of joy. And that's why you are so magnetic. Or this thing is created from a really highly conducive place where it goes on and takes and sustains that charge into the quantum field. And so the quantum field brings you back something in resonance. Again, when we stopped 528 hertz, which is literally a low frequency. So this is your Taurus field. It feels like you're pulling something into your orbit, especially if you talk about the sun. It's has this exothermic reaction. And now because the aircon's off because of the power cut, is heating up in here. So it's like things are about to heat up really, really quickly. Your growth spreads like wildfire. That was the energy. That was what the warning was. Let's see. Some kind of major impact. What is this within the next 72 hours? Microgravity. Something is about to feel weightless. It literally says, I would say more, but there's no point. So there's something around, again, solar flares. Something that was previously withheld is released all at once. And it's just like when it flows effortlessly. When it flows, I'm hearing you'll know. There's no way you can miss it, okay? No one can miss a tsunami. Oh, you have ultraviolet. So what's important are the things that you don't see that have been secretly impacting you or secretly affecting you. You know what it is? You've moved through a season where things have felt really, really heavy, or it's felt like you're holding on to a lot of weight. And that's, I'm hearing, allowed you to build a level of strength, a level of resilience, and fostered a deeper connection with yourself. So much so that it's like now that this weight, you know what it is? You're stronger because of something. The stones you've been carrying are the very things that are going to help you cross this river of change, and you're going to utilize that as stepping stones. So it kind of gives me an energy of, what's the word? When I'm seeing something is going to reach its climax or peak point, but it's something that you can utilize. It feels like something that felt like it was going to deter you off of your path is actually become an accelerant. I'm hearing it's when you add fuel on the fire, and that was the solar flares energy, but in the best way possible. It's sparking the most wonderful wildfire of your life. Something that you don't see. To everyone else, it also is going to feel like this is something that's sudden, but for you, this has been a long time coming. That's what this feels like. Again, behind the scenes. Okay. Let me see. Let's clarify. Clarified by the Five of Trees reverse. So again, this is you literally coming out of a season of maybe feeling like perhaps there's been some kind of financial restraints, or it feels like I'm seeing a dam be cleared, right? So some type of what has felt like a block in some way, or what has felt like something that was withheld, again, is being released, but all at once. And it's going to feel weightless. You cannot miss this. Because the Five of Trees is like a Five of Pentacles. It's, please, can I have more? And then this is giving me overflow and plenty of, you're about to have way more than you may even know what to do with. You know what it is? It reminds you of this this message, and it's, I think God's or the universe's next test for me should be, how much money am I capable of being able to receive? And when we talk about money, we're just talking about energy. I feel like there's a massive amount of energy that could come through recognition, that could come through opportunities, that could come through certain timelines opening up in your field. And it just feels like, how much am I capable of holding? And there's something about your capacity to hold more has expanded exponentially. And this is your season of receiving it. So there's something that you're coming out of. Possibly because you walked away from something. Eight of Lotuses, that was also another energy. Eight of Lotuses is somebody not just walking away from something, but they're making room to walk towards something else that feels more aligned. Let me take a look at that ultraviolet. So it's gonna feel like it's sudden. Knight of Pentacles, so you've been crossing all your T's, dotting all your I's. This is also known as the entertainer. And so he's known as somebody who actually does receive some type of accolades. Like he does receive attention very, very easily. But it's not been something that has felt super congruent with his highest expression. I'm going to go ahead and read it. So there's some type of difference. This is going to feel different. It's going to be fulfilling and satisfying from the inside out. Something that feels more soul aligned. The entertainer talks about skillful, amusing, and pleasing. A strange-faced man dressed in a colorful magician's garb. You know what this is? It kind of reminds me of, there's a difference between creating and performing. Creating for creation's sake versus creating based upon how you're going to be perceived. And I'm seeing someone just do something that is completely out of their element in some way, and it's the most mundane thing, or it's the thing that you don't expect. I'm seeing it's something that you retrieve from your archives, or it's something that it's just so nonchalant the way that you put it out, expecting nothing at all. And because there's that level of detachment, it just goes on and takes a life of its own. There's some type of carefree essence, because that's Mercury in Sagittarius. You know, it just kind of, it says what it wants to say. It doesn't really care how it's going to land with someone, right? So the entertainer is always looking for the next crowd to please, no matter. It kind of gives me something that maybe you've been trying so hard and feeling like there's been no reward, there's been no recognition, there's been no flow. It's the most nonchalant, like, I don't know how else to say it. It's something that is just so easy, right? It's like life is about to be put on easy mode, and the universe is like, look, honey, maybe go. You didn't even have to try, all right? It kind of gives me that energy. So it can end up making himself look like a fool if he's always searching externally for recognition. But there's something about him becoming his own witness to something that just brings him, I'm seeing this innate capacity to just love the full expression of that present moment in time. So he impresses the next group of onlookers. He knows many tricks, but when it comes to an emotional connection, he can easily fumble. This is something that you want to be deeply emotionally connected with. All right. It's just in the moment. Emotions are energy in motion, right? And when we put a certain level of thought combined with emotion, it creates this highly conducive bioelectrical charge. And the thing is, you're a bioelectrical being. And so your state at the time of creating this is in such a high vibration, because you're just deeply connected with your own soul's expression or essence. And then whatever it is that you create ends up becoming an extension of you. This feels like for creators specifically. Like if you're a creator, if you create, I don't know, content, you could create anything, creating something kind of a different experience of your life, or all creators. So the entertainer is a conundrum of a character. He has acquired an audience from his notable skills and successes, but has grown too dependent on these tricks to imbue meaning onto his life. All right, this is giving me, there's like a specific message around someone that is used to being on stage, or being, it's an analogy, right? Someone that's used to being on stage is used to performing at the theater, and then they go backstage, or they go into the venue, and they're doing something where they're not seeking to attract an audience of some kind. Let's say in this person's spare time, instead of juggling in front of a crowd, they end up going off and playing the guitar or something. And then someone, oh my God, I remember a video like that actually, where this woman was just playing a guitar, and she was by the river, and this other woman just heard her. She was like, what is this? It's almost like she went into trance state, and she was just following the sound. So there's something around, again, the quantum field bringing you something in resonance with you just being in your element, doing this thing. And she ended up being like a music producer. And there's something around some kind of 72 hours, some type of world line collision, where again, it brings about an 8 of Wands opportunity for you, or communication, something that's incredibly exciting. And it's the very thing that she was just doing because it's a way that she connected with herself, or it was something that she did behind the scenes. And that was very much the Vesta energy. She didn't keep the temples alight for recognition. She just kept the temples alight because it was something that kept her soul growing. It kept her soul warm, right? So it's the way that the soul enjoys to express itself on the physical existence. It's a feel-good energy. Again, all of nature is wild and free. So it's like the wild, free, untamed essence of your soul. So he measures value based on what there is to gain rather than the inherent beauty. In a reading, the entertainer can be good when inquiring on fame and success, but in emotional, spiritual arenas, the entertainer will falter. So this is definitely giving, although it may feel like there's a worldly definition of success, there's an otherworldly definition of success that you're about to experience. An energy where you're in a room full of people, yet you have never felt so alone, even though it could be something that feels like, again, there's been a level of you being noticed to some kind of degree with microgravity and the 5 of trees reversed. There's something that's about to feel totally weightless, and it's the very thing that you don't expect or the very thing that you don't see coming. That's what this is. And there's something that's been secretly affecting you. I feel like I'm speaking to someone very, very specific. There's something that's been secretly affecting you, and that's that, yes, you've cultivated an audience, but it may not feel like your soul tribe, or when you stop juggling, the room is now empty, you know? So there's an energy of creating for creation's sake, and something that you're really passionate about. This gives me maybe like a job and then a hobby that ends up turning into a career, or some kind of passion project of some kind, where it's like, ooh, this is actually something that I really want to do, but I didn't know it was possible up until now. It gives me that element of, oh, I'm an artist on the side, or I'm a singer on the side, or I'm a musician, da 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 da. And in the next 72 hours, it's like the very thing that you're super passionate about is the very thing that takes off for you. This is for creators specifically. It feels like there's something that you're creating, or there's some kind of art that you're sharing, or some kind of expression of yourself where it's like things are about to get so easy. You know when they say do what it is that you love and it'll feel like you're never working a day in your life? That's what this feels like. Let me see. All right, so that's you. Like, this is a very, very specific message, which I didn't see coming. All right, so I don't feel like you see this coming either. Let's see. I'm hearing a message about your purpose. This feels like you being in alignment with your dharma, which is the rapid unfoldment of your path. Again, even the power hasn't turned on. So it's almost like there's some kind of glitch or a situation that's being condensed, or it's rapidly progressing. Like very, very rapidly progressing. Yeah, I don't feel like anyone else saw this, even coming from you, because they've always known you as the entertainer, or they've also always known you as the juggler. But there's something that you're about to do that feels like it's out of left field, and that's why you get a left field response. It feels like this is a confirmation message for you. Even my throat right now, it's almost like this is an authentic expression. It just feels very authentic to whom you are at this stage of your journey. Let's see. Message about your purpose. Message about your purpose. And the purpose is a program that we input into this system, 𝓬𝓬𝓬. You know what it is? I feel like this was activated from the eclipses for you. 𝓬𝓬𝓬 is light that comes in thanks to an eclipse. It's something that we wouldn't have been able to see otherwise. And again, the eclipse is something that things go dark and then they go light again, but it leads to a positive charge. And if we speak about a solar corona eclipse, it's a new moon on steroids. So this is like a brand new beginning that launches you for 6 months to 1 year, like a wave that you're going to be riding. That's what this is. I'm seeing like a wave of popularity. And then we have matter. So this is literally collapsing into form because of the eclipses. Something is condensing and materializing very, 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 very quickly. The vibe is so crazy with like this dark vibe that we have going on right now. And then you just have this spotlight. That's what it's giving me. It's like, you know what it is? Something that you just don't You know what it is? I feel like I've done a reading on this years ago, and I was speaking about how it's almost like you're an audience member, and then the spotlight shines on you, and you're being called to the forefront of the stage. Like, that's what this is. All right. Matter is a concretion plan. Planetary or protoplanetary disk at the base is something that's brewing. It talks about endless possibilities that are brewing. It's a very, very fertile time. So it's like, this is your time. This is your time. Within the next 72 hours, something that collapses, it materializes. It literally talks about something becoming tangible for you. Hold on, I want to get as specific because it feels like either I'm speaking to one specific person or like a group of resonant souls within the morphic field who are moving through this, particular higher order that they're transcending into. So matter talks about concretion. You know how I said something collapses through space-time? Yeah, this is materializing. Perceivable, detectable through physical methods. So this is going to be perceivable for you. It should be noted that the main component of all bodies is susceptible to change over time. Listen to this. All that we imagine on our flight makes more sense when we lower it to our height. Structure and basic order, the concrete, the tangible. Wow, wow, wow. Let's go and clarify. What is this? Message about your purpose. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is like this. So something that you've actually been holding back. You know what it is? It's the very thing that you've been holding back or you've been reluctant about sharing. I'm seeing someone needs to, like you need to get something from the archives. I don't know what it is. It could be something that's unfinished. It could be a project that's been on hold. It may be a message that you've been, again, like really reluctant when it comes to putting out. Because the Four of Pentacles like this is someone that needs to release something that they're holding on to. Maybe there's been a level of perfectionism where it's all right, what you see as a work in progress, others already see as a masterpiece. At some point, you have to be okay. And that's what the South Node in Virgo was teaching us, is to release that inner critic when it comes to, all right, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. There's something around, you know what it is? Going on stage and not really having a speech prepared or having something be super spontaneous. Because again, it's giving Mercury in Sagittarius energy. Mercury in Sagittarius doesn't even think about really what they're going to say. They just kind of, it goes out, however it lands, it lands. And there's just an essence of, aiming for the moon. And even if you've missed, you're still amongst the stars. But there is that essence of, oh, I'm just going to go for it. Or I'm just going to release this. Again, it's an energy of just like nonchalant, just like dropping something. Four of Trees. And this person is literally, they're gathering something in that process, but it's something that they're holding back. And it's connected to the roots of their being. That ends up creating, I'm hearing like a really expansive network. Let me read a keyword from here and see if there's anything that I'm missing. I feel like there's something that you're missing right now. Like you're missing. So this season is ending, right? It's come up horizontal. It says, if you feel like you've been putting in the work and not nearly getting the same reward back in return, there's been a grasp or something that you've been holding onto where it's felt like your time has not been valued or you've been confronting a problem. If it still hasn't worked itself out, you may be called to put your energy elsewhere. This is what it is. It's like you're going to be called to put your energy elsewhere or to do something else or put some kind of energy out that has been previously withheld, because that's the solar flares energy, and that's the very thing that ends up creating this spark. This is so specific. Let me see what else I can get for you. It just feels like there's something that you've been sleeping on, like sleeping on sharing. You need to complete whatever this is or launch whatever this is that you've been reluctant about. Let me get Shaman's Dream Oracle message for you in the next 72 hours. And you know what? Like, this is just on you. Like, you've been in your head when it comes to this too. Dream Thief. You know what this is? The Dream Thief basically talks about, oh, it's so funny. In the song, Life is bonita. Last night, my Spanish lullaby. That's crazy. That song has the words my Spanish lullaby, and the Dream Thief Refusal of the Call literally talks about it's so easy to be rocked back to sleep and not take this initiation and go through this rite of passage. Like, it's so easy to stay within the realms of your comfort zone and just continue juggling because that's what you've done. But that's either not what people want to see from you. Again, there's something clear seeing. Like, Spirit wants you to clear your focus right now when it comes to the potential of whom you are and the totality of whom you are. It very much feels like a Lilith energy, where Lilith is afraid that she's going to be exiled. And so there's this power that she holds, and it's this act of rebellion where she does something that goes against the norm or tradition of what people have expected from her. It's like, oh, I've always known you as this, like an astrologer, and then, oh, I've only just found out that you do music, or there's something that it feels like a reinvention of some kind, or some kind of shift that's going on, where maybe there's a title shift or switch, or you're opening that up, or you're no longer limiting it to one thing. I'm hearing you're beginning to scale it. So it creates like a whole entire universe or different avenues that I'm hearing call for you to explore them. There's something that you're being called to open yourself up to in terms of experience, and stop blocking yourself or limiting yourself to just, small portions of your potential when there is a vast network of experiences that awaits you. Yeah, again, it's like physical reality is catching up with this, because my SD card was just writing slow. This is what it gives me. Refusal of the call. So there's something you're called to do. You're definitely receiving the calling, but not everyone answers the call. And so there's a very real difference when it comes to receiving it and then actually answering it. Again, something that you need to clear, throat chakra. It's something that you're literally being called to surrender and streamline. You know what it is? The position of an artist is a humble one. And there's something that Source wants to either channel through you or share. It's how the universe desires to express itself through your unique frequency. That's exactly what this is. All right. Let me go ahead and get a Mercury and Sagittarius energy as a keyword and see if there's something. Tell me about Mercury and Sagittarius and what's the shadow side of it. For example, an 8 of Wands energy, where someone's being called to share something or upload something from the archives, and it ends up taking off, but they're the only one getting in their own way. I just want to see how that would manifest in Mercury and Sagittarius. So 8 of Wands is information that wants to travel, publish, broadcast. Of course, it's like 9th house energy, so it could even be a course. It could be something that you want to teach. It could be something that you want to publish, right? 9th house is very social media, and so is 8 of Wands. It can reach further than the person originally intended. So there's something that you have there, all right? It could be literally just the most nonchalant thing, like you're not even trying. So someone that's being called to pull something from the archives or release it, and it unexpectedly takes off. The shadow of the Mercury and Sagittarius can explain the message itself is ready to travel, while the messenger hesitates to release it. Mercury in Sagittarius is the messenger with a destination. It rules how we think, interpret, speak, write, process information, and it's ruled by Jupiter, so whatever it touches expands. And there's something that your mind has expanded to, where it already holds the capacity to, I'm hearing, it's reached its maximum peak point, or it's reached its maximum potential. Spirit showing me the Empress that's carried something to full term, but they're questioning whether it's safe to release this thing. There's something around, is it safe in that labor process? Holding on to it is bringing so much discomfort on a soul level, and it's in the release where it's like, oh, okay, this is my new reality, something that I have within me. It very much is giving me, don't die with your art still inside of you, because it's in the release of this and the birthing of this conception, this idea, this enterprise, and sharing it with the world. Even if it's not perfect, and that process may look messy to you, people see it as a masterpiece. Again, I'm seeing like a woman give birth. It's like a stargate. It's like you are the portal in which this medium expresses itself through you. And so there's an element of your whole life is about to change because now you're carrying something that was intangible before. It's something that not everyone could see, right? It was like secretly affecting you, something internally that was growing more and more and more until you just couldn't hold it anymore. And there's a huge relief. There's almost like a huge relief and release that you're being called. Again, something that was previously withheld. And whatever this is, it's like you can't stop. I'm hearing there's only so much time, but this is like one of your windows of opportunity to, I'm seeing, either monetize something, or it's one of your again, it's some kind of announcement. It's one of your opportunities to ride this wave. So what does the bigger picture mean, right? That's Mercury and Sagittarius. And sometimes the lower octave can be, well, have I accounted for every single little detail? So it can be teaching, it could be storytelling, philosophy, again, spirituality, publishing, broadcasting something, but extracting a universal message from it. And it's always something that goes beyond you. It's some type of momentum and a rapid response that you receive. I just feel like I'm telling you the same old stuff again, right? So something from the archives, moving beyond the material so everyone else has it too. It's very much giving the North Node in Aquarius and the South Node in Leo. And the South Node in Leo, Sabian symbol, was a message released to the world, all right? Something that was supposed to be released to the world. It's not just for you, it's to be experienced by the collective. And so there's something that you're being called to share. It could be something that you recorded 6 months ago and it's completed its purpose, or it's an idea that you had, and it's now becoming relevant to someone else. So you may feel like this is old, or people won't care about this now, but no. Your relationship to the message isn't necessarily the audience's relationship to the message. So send it anyway. Someone needs to hear that. Don't jump to conclusions, because that robs you the opportunity of connection. All right, there's something about curiosity and wonder. Just launch it and be curious about what happened. Just let me get a message for you. I also have low battery right now, and again, we've just had a power cut, so this feels like such a specific message. And I didn't, okay, there's like a personal escort or you're being escorted into your next chapter, into your new chapter. This is such a specific message. It actually interrupted my whole daily routine as well, by the way. Like, this is something, again, it's a very welcome disruption. Change in the wind flipping there. You had new life where it split. Come to the edge. This says taking a leap of faith is the only direction that you should be moving towards if you want to progress and see your goals through to completion. Taking a leap of faith leads to serendipity. So some kind of magical way. Again, your preparation meets an opportunity. It's some type of window where it's like a magical positive synchronicity. That's the 4-leaf clover type of energy. So let me go ahead and read this for you real quick. You could also have been dreaming about something as well. Okay, there's something around like dreaming about something. Or you've been dreaming about something and it's gonna happen one way, but it's not. It happens a total different way for you. It's like you're getting acquainted with, I don't know, recognition or some type of impact that you're here to have, or your creation is here to have, but it would be through an entirely different medium. Come to the edge, courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. You gotta turn this, all right, into this. And you're the only one that's keeping it like this right now. I just want to like shake you, like, what are you doing, bro? You're literally the only one getting in your own way. Like, what? Facing the unknown is the only choice that you have. You might feel like something has to be like highly produced, but the thing is, with North Node and Aquarius, again, it's the most nonchalant. It's people want to see who you are behind the camera. People want to see just people being real, right? They want to see humans. They want one-to-one, real, raw, authentic, untamed, eclectic, eccentric expression. Not something that's, again, and it's just led by the heart. It's just you being there in the totality of the moment. So facing the unknown is the only choice that you have right now if you want to progress. Again, things are really heating up right now, and the power is still out throughout this whole message, which usually it doesn't last this long. So it feels like something is about to reset, like something that's been in the dark is coming to light and the spotlight is on you. It feels like you're about to have a lot of eyes on you as well. So, but it's for a totally different like reason than what you would have expected. Again, I didn't even think I was going to record today or do a message. I was actually getting ready for something else, and then I kept hearing that song, like, life is bonita. So it gives me, again, something that you could feel an exhilaration. Anyway, come to the edge and discover that you must step into the unfamiliar so that you can find your miracles. There's a miracle that wants to find you in the next 72 hours. I feel like from literally 72 hours of seeing this, honey, you got a launch. I don't know what it is. It could be something that you're just overthinking and you just need to sit down and just do the thing, okay? So, the prosperity message is if there was ever time to take a leap of faith into the unknown, it's now. You better bet on yourself, you know. This is the only choice that you have right now to discover a treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Again, this is like what your wildest dreams. It wasn't even your dream. Like, this is even wilder. It's wilder. Allow your courage to lead you in spite of your fears. You can't wait for the absence of fear or for there to be a right moment or for when it feels like the stars are going to align. You're aligning that within your own internal cosmos, your own internal universe. You have to act even if fear is present. That's how you become greater than your mind. You become greater than your emotions, and you become greater than you master your relationship with the physical realm, essentially, right? You become greater than this medium that your soul is immersed in. So the essence is much more powerful. This is the spirit leading you in the flesh, you in matter. This is prosperity that's better than you could have imagined. Take that step because the results will be amazing. I feel like flicking you. I feel like... literally, what? Don't fall asleep on this. This is saying it's hypnotizing. Again, it can be really easy to fall into that Spanish lullaby. Let me actually use that as a keyword because I feel like this is the only thing that's keeping... Tell me about the song My Spanish Lullaby, and what would that mean if someone is being rocked back into their comfort zone? My Spanish Lullaby. Again, life is about to get so beautiful, but it requires for you to reclaim your natural essence, which is this explorative. So again, that's okay, yeah. Okay, this is so interesting because what message should I channel that in? I feel like it was the other day. So rocked back into a comfort zone. The song is built around longing for an idealized place, warmth, beauty, and romance. You know what it is? This is your ticket to land in this island, this beautiful island. Like, this is your ticket here, but it's not going to be the traditional way. It calls you back into a remembered feeling. A lullaby itself is particularly interesting for your interpretation. You know what this is? This is for someone specific. If you're a singer and you have been trying to put out your own personal music, like your own, what's it called when you, I can't think of it right now, like your own music that you produce and, you know, you write and you create, like your own composed music, you need to put out or you're being invited to put out, I'm not infringing my word upon you, but there's a message. You're being called to put out like a cover, like a really popular cover song. I don't usually get like very, very specific messages for that. So let me know in the comment section down below if you feel so called. You need to put out some kind of cover song. It could be something that's trending, but putting out that cover will get you exactly what it is that you're looking for when it comes to the recognition of these other avenues of expression. And again, there's something there for many of you. It's going to be like that, okay? It's not going to be the traditional way of how you've been trying to do it. It's going to be a complete different, like, rate of divergence there, okay? So you're rocked, comforted, and returned to a state where you don't strive, perform, or anticipate or control. So rocked back into a comfort zone. This is exactly what it is. Returning to your natural element after spending too long adapting to environments that require effort. Again, it's like things are supposed to be, this is your life being on easy mode. In the next 72 hours, with that Five of Pentacles reversed, it's like you've spent too much time adapting to environments with the Knight of Pentacles. Like, you know, trying to morph yourself or mutate yourself into a version of what you think people want to see rather than the natural expression of who you innately are. That's exactly what this is. So you're being called to return to an internal place where your creativity, intuition, expression flows without force. This is like, it's soul stream. This is the assemblage point. It's where you begin to look like the physical expression of your soul, where you really just let yourself go. And I get that, where it's like a cover. You know, it's an element of where you can just let yourself lean into the experience and feel the totality of it without worrying about how you're going to be perceived. You know what it is? Write the damn thing like no one's going to read it. Record the damn thing like no one's ever going to watch it. You know, it's like, or listen to it. That's what you need to do. You need to do it from that conducive place so that it's highly charged and then it takes off. Like, that's what this is. Or if it's already there in the archives, there's something around you anchoring it into form and just doing it and be like, no one's going to see this anyway. Like, again, it's like a nonchalant energy where I'm hearing never judge a book by its cover, but that's for your own story. It's why you've been judging yourself and maybe rejecting something. And again, the law of resonance is that it's like you reject yourself from experiences before you can even be rejected. And so there's an essence of just let it be out. And I swear it's so funny because every message that I've not wanted to do or I've not wanted to share or not wanted to post, and I'm like, okay, that's exactly the one that needs to go out. And that's the one that lands and resonates with so many beings. It gets to a point where there's something that goes beyond you and it flows. And this is the way that it's coming through. I don't usually do messages like this. So this feels like whomever it's meant to land, like this is for you. Like this is for you specifically. So there was like a specific message that was coming through. I think we'll leave it in the field. But that's what it is. Go back to what comes naturally. Go back to the archives. Go back to the voice that you had before you started second guessing. And go back to the thing that feels almost too familiar or easy to matter. And then send the arrow. Spanish lullaby is a familiar frequency calling the messenger home before the message travels outwardly. Yeah. The thing that takes off may not come from reinventing yourselves at all. It may come to returning to something that you already know how to instinctively do. That's exactly what this is. Damn. Yeah, life is about to be put on easy mode for you. It was always supposed to be easy for you. Like, and the thing is, you know, this is just abundance streamlining through you because you're a highly abundant being and you always have been. It was never supposed to be difficult to step into seasons of receiving. We go through these cyclical cycles just like the earth. And there's an essence of this regenerative, it's something that you do to reconnect with yourself. That's what it feels like. It's just something that you do to reconnect with yourself. And then you're letting the world in on your bubble. There's something around the space that you're creating. There was a message for it. I'm going to see if it comes back through in the field. If not, I'm going to close out here. It was like creating something from a really conducive place. Like a really conducive place where it has this high charge. And that's what's sent out into the field. Whatever. Okay. That's so funny. Wait. Define the name Pedro. What does that mean? What's the etymology behind the name Pedro? Pedro is a rock or a stone, and it's a form of Peter. Pedro carries grounded energy, rock, foundation, stability, permanence, something dependable, and something that anchors. So again, you don't want to be rocked back into your comfort zone. That's a foundation that could feel familiar or established or structurally important, but return to the foundation that already exists. And it feels like something within you. It's like a natural, innate expression that's encoded within you. That's what this is. Your biggest gifts in this realm is inseparable from the things that bring your soul an innate sense of joy. It's literally in doing what it is that you love. I'm hearing, but that's too easy. That's the point. Oh my god, okay, we're closing out with this. I just got a message. It's a great time for releasing patterns and realizing your goals becoming fulfilled. Okay, any relationships that you connect with should be becoming very significant and special over the next 72 hours. So with that being said, you better do the damn thing. All right, and let me know what happens, because there's some kind of, it's such a specific message. I'd be so interested. And again, it's like the spotlight is on you. We still had the power cut, so there's some type of glitch that's going on, whether it's something's continuing to roll in the dark. This could be an overnight thing. This is what this is giving me. Like, it could be an overnight thing, but it was never really overnight, because it's always been a part of who you are, and it's always traveled with you, inside of you. Yeah, it definitely feels like an overnight thing, where again, the lights come on and things just aren't the same. There's a lot that's happening behind the scenes right now in ways that you can't currently see. That's what this is. I just hearing it was always supposed to be easy for you. This is giving me like ridiculous amounts of just opportunities, timelines, eyes, reach, accumulating mass amounts of energy. And that's also going to translate into material wealth. You may want to watch your shifting into a billionaire timeline. I feel like it's the very thing that you move through that's become an innate part of who you are, or your story, or something that you connected to through those times. Yeah, I got low battery. Okay, I gotta go. That's inseparable from your path of abundance. So that's what you need to hear. With that being said, do the damn thing. Okay, 8 of Wands energy all around. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. Keep us informed with how this goes for you. I would be so honored to hear. I'm so excited for you. You're the only one that's getting in your own way. All right, no one is ever in your way. And the thing is, we are all just one anyway. So you're just sharing it with many mediums and expressions and extensions of the one source that we all emerge from. So that's a reminder. And yeah, so that's gonna be it. Until next time, bye.